And it's fair to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Welcome to the December 18th, 2024 meeting of the Landmarks Commission. The first item on the agenda is information on how to attend via Zoom, and it also contains a comment form for those who wish to make a comment. Item B, roll call. Stephanie.
It looks like Susan and Rebecca have not joined us yet, but everybody else is present.
Okay. So item C, approval of tonight's agenda. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, having a motion and a second, all those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Tonight's agenda is approved. Item D, approval of the minutes from the Wednesday, excuse me. Look at the wrong, from the November 20th meeting. We have a motion for that.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Having a motion and a second, all those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Okay, the motion carries. The minutes from November 20th meeting are approved. Item E, regular business. Number 1, COA 24-66, consideration with possible action on a design review for a solar panel. Solar panel installation located at 914 South Quincy Street. Jason.
This is a return application. You may recall we reviewed an application for this house at 914 South Quincy for solar panels on the main block of the house. In case you don't remember what the house looks like, it is shown at the bottom right. At the top right, if you can commit that to memory, you see on the back side of the house, there's some flat roofed garage sections. So when we go to the next slide, you can see the revised proposed location for the solar panels are entirely now on the shorter hidden section of the house behind the house, rather than being on the front slope of the roof. And with that having been said, the recommendation is to approve this proposed solar panel installation.
Is there anyone present from that property? Just out of curiosity. I'd like to commend you. You've done a beautiful job. It's right down the street from you. It looks very nice. Yeah, looks great.
Ron, if I may, I'm going to make a motion to approve. This addresses the concerns from last time completely. It's out of the way, and I am particularly impressed with the improved application. So make a motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Having a motion and a second, all those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion carries. It's approved.
Thanks,
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Item number E2, consider COA 24-67, consideration with possible action on a design review for front porch work located at 1030 South Monroe.
1030 South Monroe. It's another house in Astor. This COA application proposes to replace a wooden porch deck. It's tongue and groove porch material, and they'd like to replace it with tongue and groove PVC, ABS plastic, something. It's what's the name of it? Is it Trex?
Yeah.
No, Azek Timber Tech. Anyway, on the left, you see a picture of the existing tongue and groove wooden porch flooring. It's about 3¼ inches wide, probably a little less than an inch thick if I had to guess. The proposed replacement material comes in at about 3¼ inches wide. The only heads up I might give if I was offering free advice is that it's probably thicker than what's currently there, which is fine, but somebody might realize they need to shave something down. Fine, whatever. Recommendation here is to approve.
Okay.
I do have a question. I'm hoping applicant is present. Ideally, we would rather see repair than replace, particularly with different materials. Jason made no mention about condition, and I didn't see anything in the application about condition. Is the applicant present to address this?
Maybe online. I'm not sure who the Samsung number is, or Joan, if they're here for this application.
Um,
No, that's not me.
Okay,
yes,
Well, the one image shows some fairly intact wood, but that's very limited image in terms of the entire porch. So this is my concern, is that we're rushing to replace before dismissing repair.
So,
I mean, do we know that that material is even available to use as a repair? I mean, like, for example, could you buy what's on the porch anymore?
yes, in fact, I'm purchasing a bunch of it soon myself. Um,
The-
was a standard material for a very long time. Maybe you have to hunt a little bit more for it now. We don't know the condition of the existing deck, and indeed that photograph we have of the existing deck did not accompany the initial application. We had to ask for it. But, and at a glance, I would say, wow, I wish my porch deck looked that good. I could sand it and repaint it. I don't know truly what the condition is of the existing porch deck. I just know that as a matter of precedence, we've approved replacing wooden porch decks with this alternative material, so long as the new material is a tongue and groove material and has roughly the same dimensions. So that's really all I know, which isn't what you're hoping to learn from me.
Well, anyone else have anything to add?
I'm not going to take issue with this. I mean, the modern materials they're utilizing are essentially tongue and groove. They're of a similar width to what's there. We're talking about horizontal porch decking. I consider that different if we started talking about railing materials and columns and things that are visible. And part of the issue I would see is that there's probably good percentages of the porch that might be in good condition, but then you get to spots where there's soft areas, and so I think
I would be sympathetic exactly to that if we had the information, but we don't have that.
yeah, and I don't consider the horizontal porch surface something that, in my mind, is worth the. If we're talking about siding on the elevations of a home, something that really drove the historic character and aesthetic of the home, I'd be more concerned. But being that it's just a walk surface, I guess I'm um, I would make a motion to go ahead and approve.
And is that a motion?
Yes.
Anyone want to second that motion?
I would second it. I mean, I think it's even under the worst of circumstances, something that can be undone without tampering with the architecture of the building. I mean, he's not wrong, right? There's some rotten spots on there somewhere, and once you start, where do you stop? And this could be undone without detriment. I'd second Paul's motion.
Well, having a motion and a second, all those in favor respond by saying aye.
Ron, is there more discussion?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Is there any more discussion, David? I mean, I would add this. My porch looks very much like that. My house was built in 1896, and it's exactly like you said. There are soft spots where it looks perfectly fine, and you're walking, and all of a sudden you feel yourself shrink an inch or two, and it's pretty scary in some spots. Nobody's ever gone through, and it's not that bad. But, I mean, I do appreciate what you're saying about how some soft spots could exist.
Well, I agree. I just don't like the precedent we're setting here to speculate. This is the type of information that should be in the application, and goes back to what we discussed a couple months ago about incomplete applications, and that staff have got the ability to request and postpone an application until, in their opinion, it's been complete. The application's complete. If this was decayed, absolutely, I'd be right on board with this. But in absence of information, got to go with what's in front of us, and don't see anything that doesn't allow repair.
Jason, I would like to re-ask you. You said this is not setting a precedent, though, that we have in fact done this before, correct?
You have in fact approved this material, this AZEK timber tech material and something comparable before. So yes, there's that precedent. I don't know that we've always approved replacing what may be a historic material without first some demonstration that it's beyond repair. I guess I would echo Paul's comments, though, that in addition to being a horizontal surface, an exterior decking material is kind of anticipated to have a finite useful life, particularly with the mail carrier stomping snow up on there every winter. It's an expendable material that's meant to be replaced at some point.
Okay. Any further comments, anyone? Well, we have a motion on the floor to approve and a second. All those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed?
I'll oppose.
Okay, and at 3-1, does that carry, Stephanie, or does it have to be unanimous?
Doesn't have to be unanimous, and Rebecca's here, I voted in favor also, and Susan, I'm not sure.
Oh, I was just going to say I'm abstaining because I came in a little late in the discussion, so I didn't hear all of the discussion. So I feel I should abstain.
Okay. So then the motion does carry. Stephanie?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. Item F, informational, staff level COAs.
We had a couple of signed COAs come in. Let me just pull this up. All for the same building. So the first two are new signs on this existing metal structure that's on the south side of this building here. This is the last building in the downtown district on this side. But because they were not installing into the building, I was able to approve these at a staff level. So those will both be going in. And then another on the same building that is an awning sign. So again, same structure is being used, just a new cover for the awning. So all of those were approved at a staff level.
Okay. Any staff updates?
Yes, I'll hand it over to Paul.
Just letting everybody know that tonight was my last meeting. I actually submitted my resignation earlier this fall for the committee and decided that I would stay on until the end of the year in the hopes that we were able to find a replacement. I've just simply gotten extremely busy with other things in life and have decided to step away. And I would say that I consider the work of this commission to be very necessary. I think that in my time on this commission, I'm extremely proud of everything that we've done. Tonight being an exception, most of the votes that we've had have almost always been unanimous. Thanks, David. Most of our votes have been unanimous. We've been in agreement almost all of the time. I think that the majority of the time we've been in agreement with the recommendation from staff. And, there's only been in my time and tenure on this committee, we've only had a couple of examples of where our decisions have been questioned and elevated up to the council level. So I think that that's very much a proof positive that we've done good work for the city of Green Bay and all the neighborhoods and the buildings that have come before us. I appreciate everybody else's time and their thoughts that we've had on these discussions. They've been really good. And I also want to thank Stephanie and Jason. You guys are awesome in what you've done. And the most impressive thing is the couple of times when our work has been challenged, the background that you've put together demonstrating the work of this committee to support our decisions was really incredible. So thank you for that. So sad to be leaving and wouldn't rule out a return sometime in the future, but I just got to do some other things in 2025 that kind of need to lighten my plate a little bit. So thank you.
Thank you. We very much appreciate your time and your dedication. You've been a wealth of knowledge. So just like Ian, we will have you on call in case we need something.
Yeah, thanks for everything
Thank
you
you.
did, Paul. I learned a lot from you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
As did I, Paul, and thank you for being a good neighbor as well.
Yeah, thank you. Well, and hopefully I'll have a few applications I'll put forth myself to this commission. I'll see what it's like to be on the other side of the table.
Hard no, Martsky.
Okay.
Well, I'll just keep in mind the comment that you made at the beginning of your talk.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
Okay, so Stephanie, any other staff updates?
No, I don't think so. Do you? Oh, yes, huh? Jason and I just submitted an application for the CLG subgrant for the Astor Historic District, Astor Park Historic District nomination. Those were due on the 15th, so we got those in last week. We will find out in mid-January or the beginning of February if we've been awarded that subgrant to do the nomination. The meeting that we had on December 2nd went very well. We had members of the media there, which I was not anticipating because we didn't invite them. So it must have been a slow news day, but to my benefit because it got really good press. People seem to be very excited about it still. So we're not seeing any major hangups in moving forward with the nomination for Astor Park. We will need to get a new name though, because everyone is very confused between Astor and Astor, which is fair. So I think that'll come through with the nomination process, but the meeting went really well and the application is in and has everything it needs. So we're on the right track with that.
Well, thank you for that, Stephanie. Oh, yeah, there we go. So I have a question. As far as naming somebody else or making somebody vice chair, would we be doing that at our next meeting?
I think so, or we can wait until there's a new person on, not that a new person would go for that. But
Sure.
I'll probably have it on our just so we
Okay.
can in case Ron is unable to attend a meeting.
Well, it's like, okay, thank you for that. Yeah, because I kind of figured like to see if somebody else joins the board or if you're appointing somebody else to the board or all that sort of thing. So I kind of figured it'd be January.
Yeah, we do have a good application and I found somebody who I think will be a good fit. So hopefully that works out and we'll get them nominated to the board soon.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, anyone else have anything else to add? No? All right. Well, the date of our next meeting will be January 15th, 2025. We will see you all then. And Paul, good luck in the future.
thanks. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Wait, can you adjourn?
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Having a motion in a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Opposed?
Anyone opposed? And David.
Not finished chatting.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yep, thanks, guys.